Hello, everybody, and welcome to the beginning of the end of our Don't Starve Together character guides. Wes here, our fragile French mime friend, will start by showing us how he is a mime of many thoughts, but very few words. Shall we begin? Born to a modern family in Paris, Wes, an only child, had everything a person can yearn for, with a place to lay his head, a full belly, and a family to share it all. Life appeared to be well. However, misery loves company. On a cold, wintry night, a fire roared within the house, only for the blaze to transform into an inferno, engulfing everything around it. As ashes blew and flames burned, the house gave way, collapsing on Wes and his family. Miraculously, Wes woke after days of eternal darkness, only to find that his reality shone darker still. The lone survivor, he suffered even more loss due to the severe tissue damage to his body and great obstruction within his vocal cords. Wes was now, and forever, a mute. Desperate, homeless, and alone, Wes fought to find his way, eventually settling on becoming a mime. One day, upon arriving back to the curb he called home, Wes found a tall, fancy-dressed man waiting for him. The man, shocked by Wes's living conditions and perplexed by the lack of talk, offered Wes a chance to change his fate. Wes, in a tailspin of excitement, nodded in agreement. Little did he know that he would not be waking the next morning to the familiar sounds of Paris, but rather he would see and hear that same tall, fancy man towering above him, exclaiming, "Say, pal, you don't look so good." My goodness, man. The lord of this game is frickin' dark. But how does Wes fare in the confines of the constant? Well, he sits at 113 health, 113 hunger, and 150 sanity. So, a little on the low side, but nothing too drastic like Maxwell's 70 health. But the disadvantages are certainly present elsewhere if Wes is your character of choice. You might have noticed how low my hunger got just from that little intro, and that is no in-game fluke. Wes here has his hunger drain 25% faster than any other character in the game. So, be sure to know what you're doing when it comes to food and shoving meat in your mouth before stepping in his shoes. If you want some food farming tips, you should probably watch these videos here. Wes comes with a damage reduction modifier as well, a 25% less damage modifier. And unfortunately, that applies to ranged attacks as well. So, if you're going to give our mime friend a chance, best be trained in more than just pantomiming. However, items and weapons that do indirect damage, apart from a few specific weapons, are not impacted by said damage decrease, like gunpowder, for example. Place it down, ladder up, and de-ass the area before the big boom. Just be careful in placing it down and timing it. If you do time it right, you'll do massive damage in an instant. Get to booming. Careful though, gunpowder is powerful, great, and fun. But get carried away and use too much, you might blow away your loot too. Furthermore, Wes comes loaded with what might be the greatest, the bestest, the most powerful special ability in all of Don't Starve. A pile of balloons. Okay, alright. Perhaps not that great after all. However, they aren't completely useless, but creating our latex animal friends does come at the cost of 5 sanity each, so make note of that. And they can be used to distract hostile mobs who will attack and thus pop the balloon. As you can see, they actually do damage when they pop, but only 5 total. And that also applies to the player if in close proximity too, so be very careful. If you happen to run out of hot air and you find your balloons have floated away, don't fret, they are craftable under the survival tab. You will need to make water balloons first, but you get 4 water balloons for the price of 1, so no worries there. So balloon it up. By the by, when it comes to some big bads, your best bet is gunpowder. Do whatever you can to light them up and knock them down. Bye bye, Clopsy. And have yourself a nice relaxing time at home base, and oh my goodness, holy hell, where the heck did they come from? Yet another disadvantage. Wes doesn't speak, so he doesn't warn of incoming attacks, including the big boys like Berger and Deerclops. The player must rely on audio cues for each and every one, so keep them ears unclogged, or you'll be in deep doo-doo. One final in-game note, a Belt of Hunger under the Magic tab can help nullify Wes's hunger drain while also occasionally giving a sanity boost. I would wear it when messing around at home base, and then just keep it off while out and about scavenging. Examining the Verdant skin gives us insight to Wes's prowess as a landscape painter when he isn't pantomiming his way through the horrors of the constant. And Wes just loves his rosy cheeks as he exclaims via his rosette skin, "We do too, Wes. We do too." There you have it, folks. Another quick character guide for Don't Starve Together. I hope this helps. I hope you find enjoyment in whichever character you choose to venture with. And I hope you always go out with a bang. Bye-bye.